Hello, this is Ron Hier with the Hier Advantage Real Estate Sales and Service, and today we're going to cover what you need to know before agreeing to do a seller rent back from the buyer's side. I know the market is tight, and sometimes it looks like the only way to get your offer accepted is to do a seller rent back. If you and your client decide to do a seller rent back, the first thing you do is find out why the seller wants to do a seller rent back. This will help you do two things. Because number one, if you even want to do a rent back in the first place, and if you do want to do a seller rent back, how to structure your terms. If the seller is closing on another property and all they need is a few extra days to get all of their belongings out, packed up, and moved, probably okay. If the seller hasn't even found a replacement property yet, you might want to think twice about doing that. Here are the pros and cons from the buyer's side. We'll deal with the pros first. Number one, you get your offer accepted. Number two, someday, your client actually gets to move into the property. On the negative side, it may take the seller longer to close on the home that they're purchasing or longer to find a home. And if they don't find a home, you may have to evict them. And evictions can get costly. Another thing to think about is if the rent back is longer than 60 days, you may be in violation of your lender's mortgage rules. Okay, so after 60 days, it could be considered an investment property. And if you do decide to do the seller rent back, make sure that that owner, previous owner, has renter's insurance, they have a security deposit, and you charge a per diem if it doesn't close when they said it was going to close. This will protect you from having to spend too much money on your mortgage. We recently had a situation like this. The home seller had a family issue and they needed to extend the close of escrow or do a rent back. I recommended a rent back. The buyer was willing to do that. They contacted their attorney and their attorney told them, don't do the rent back, extend the close of escrow and then close later. We were representing the seller. I recommended the seller rent back. If we were representing the buyer, I would have recommended the same thing, to not do the rent back and extend the close of escrow. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Every situation is a little bit different. A lot of times the seller rent backs are fine, especially in the short term. But remember, the longer the time periods between when the escrow closes and when the seller finds their home and then they close, other issues come up. And usually they're no fun to deal with. That's why it's best if you cover yourself up front with a per diem, security deposit, and renter's insurance. If you have any questions regarding this matter or any other real estate related topic, feel free to give me a call, 661-406-1562. And if you would like a one-on-one business strategy session, call the office, 661-400-0705, and Jackie will take care of that for you. Take care, be safe out there, and have a great day.